process since last semester. Last semester, you would have 1 minute. Yeah. So last semester, you would have started the journey by creating a research path for yourself based on a specific education issue. And today we are saying that we would have come thus far, and to put the icing on the cake, you need to know what's the final thing that is expected of me as a writer. Now, what is expected of you is to complete all your chapters 1 through 5. And in completing your chapters 1 through 5, our focus is on using APA 7th edition or editing the paper. You are editing your paper based on the template that is given in Moodle. So if you don't have that template, make sure you jump onto Moodle and download the Microsoft template, and that template is for you to use to straighten up your study. Now, I want us to look at 1 minute, Tiana. I would like us now to look at abstract. Okay, I'll pause. Go ahead. Go ahead, Tiana.
Miss, I still don't have access to the Moodle.
Okay, I'm gonna send it. I'll forward it to you guys. Just now, I'll send it to you. Just now.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Good. So we're continuing our journey by looking at an abstract. What an abstract is, what are the elements of an abstract, and how you will construct your abstract. So I would have put together a few slides, and please note that these slides were taken, the work was taken from different writing centers. Okay, so let us look at the abstract. What really an abstract is. Are you seeing this page? Yes? Are you seeing? Yes? Good. It says an abstract summarizes everything in a paragraph. Your whole study in a paragraph, and less than 300 words. So it doesn't matter how you write your abstract should not exceed a page. So it must be detailed. It must focus on 4 specific elements or 4 specific components. First is the purpose. You must restate the purpose of your study in your abstract that aligns itself with your research questions. What was the operation you conducted? What you investigated? You need to state that. That must be in your abstract because you want to give the readers a wow moment of your study, so that they don't have to search for anything. All the information must be there in your abstract. How well you would have designed the study, what designing method you would have used. So you must talk about the designing method that you would have used and your findings. Now, in your findings, there were trends. The trends, when you look at your themes and your sub-themes, those are specifically your trends because it's visible throughout your questions and your results. When you analyze your results, what stands out in your results? So you need to put that in. And a summary of the interpretation and conclusion, because you have to interpret it. What is the summary? What was your take based on your findings? What is your take based on your findings? Right? And your conclusion. So you need to nail your abstract. Your abstract is the wow moment of your study. So it says you state clearly the objectives of your study, as the purpose of it. Concisely, you are going to describe the methodology that you would have used. So in a nutshell, I would have used a quantitative, systematic methodology. Briefly, you state how that method was used to gather the data, how you would have analyzed your data, processing it also. Then you talk about just the summaries of the results. And here you are looking at the trends. Here you are focusing on those themes and the principal conclusion of the results. And this is another school of thought, and they all flow together to let you know that this is what you need to do. The abstract, in what tense you need to write your abstract? The abstract should be written in past tense because this work was already done, right? So it has been done in past tense. Good. Right? So the tense is important. And the tense is not only for your abstract, the tense is for your entire document. So past and future tense, good. For your writing, when you're changing the tense of your paper, future tense, past tense. Okay. All right. And here we are. This is, sorry if it's too big. I know it's a bit off. Are you seeing it's too small? This is good, Charmin? Charmin? Tiana? Queenie? Okay. So there's another school of thought for your content, and it is okay. It says your research questions. And as I said earlier, your research questions must align with your purpose. And in the methodology, you need to look at the population you're sampling, the collection method of data that's used. And I spoke about the analysis of the data. I also talk about the findings and the critical point of the application. That is how this all study that you would have put together influence your behavior. Look at your study in context of theoretical application and empirical application. So you're focusing on the all design, and you give a good account of previous knowledge of the study, and your conclusion. In your conclusion, you justify the relation of the data. You need to satisfy the all data presentation, the summation of your work, transferability, the ethical consideration must taken it must be you must put that into context. The whole ethics that surrounds the method of conducting a quality study, because you're not operating in a vacuum. You need to take into consideration the participants. So your conclusion must be forthcoming. Now, at the end of your study, you need to include keywords. I didn't put it in, but I'm going to write it. Let me just add another slide. What are some key terms that will quickly allow your readers to, as they go through your work, as they go through it, they're going to look for those keywords. So at the bottom of it, you need to include keywords. And this is written in italics, so they're italicized. So you have keywords, and it must be italicized. So keywords, colon, sorry. And I put play. I think this is one, and it must be italicized. Where is it? Italize. So you italize it. All right. That's how you present it at the end of the abstract. So this is what is expected of you for your abstract. Moving forward, your tables, graphs, and chart must fit into APA 7th edition style. So what you will do, because I look at some of those tables and I've realized that what students would have done, they would have inserted a table. I'm going to just do something quickly. They would have inserted a table. It's okay for you to insert a table. But if the table doesn't follow APA 7th edition style, then the table will be off. Come on, I want to play. Right? And then you'll have a whole lot of problems in terms of fixing it. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to pull up the template and I will let you see how to incorporate your tables. All right, so I'm going to pause here for a moment.